At this very moment in the town of Coeur de Coeur, young Ned was 9 years, 27 weeks, 6 days, and 3 minutes old. His dog Digby was 3 years, 2 weeks, 6 days, 5 hours, and 9 minutes old. And not a minute older. This warranty. It just was. The terms of use weren't immediate. Young Ned and a girl named Chuck conquered the world. Killing her instantly. Any longer and someone else had to die. Their first and only kiss. With pies. It's 19 years, 34 weeks, 1 day and 59 minutes later, heretofore known as now. Young Ned has become the pie maker, and this is where he makes his pie.
I asked you not to use the word zombie. It's disrespectful. Stumbling around, squawking for brains, it's not how they do.
Minister.
Olive Snook enjoyed her time with Digby. He was a surrogate. The pie maker never returned to Coeur de Coeurs after being sent away to school, but he thought of Chuck every day.
Chuck, wait!
Who are you?
Do you remember the little boy who lived next door to you when your dad died?
Ned? Oh my God, hey, how are you?
Good. You look great. Do you know what's happening right now?
I had the strangest dream. I was being strangled to death with a plastic sack.
You were strangled to death with a plastic sack. That's probably an odd thing to hear, but I wasn't quite sure how to sugarcoat it.
Oh. Oh.
Lying in the dark, Chuck considered how she came to be lying in the dark. She considered the life that was with Aunts Lily and Vivian. Their personality disorders blossomed into incapacitating social. She read about people she could never be, on adventures she would never have. Chuck wanted more, but at boutique travel...
Sorry, I'm late.
Only Sleeping Beauty could know how she felt at this moment.
It's only fair I get more. I did die for it.
I'm not a detective. I make pies.
You can't just touch somebody's life and be done with it.
Yes, I can. That's how I roll.
I could do 30, 30, 40.
She's supposed to be dead. You're supposed to be dead. This is pushing your luck.
Yeah, well, luck pushed me first. No. I'm a monkey mule.
And these are the monkeys in question. Travel boutique manager Dee Dee Duffield hoped the $50,000 reward would catch a killer before... Many years later, they retreated behind a fence and made sure the world stayed on the other side. Unaware of Lily's fate upstairs.
Didn't I kill you?
I can hold my breath for a long time.
over the pie maker. He would later describe this feeling as delight. The girl he rescued from death had returned the favor. The man who killed Chuck was killed by Aunt Lily. After collecting the $50,000 reward, Vivian and Lily had a renewed interest in the world on the other side of their fence. As he stared at her, he reached around his back and held his own hand, pretending he was holding hers. And at that very moment, she was pretending to be holding his. At this very moment, in the town of North Thrush, young Ned was 9 years, 33 weeks, 6 days, 20 hours, and 34 minutes old. He stood on the exact spot where, 4 weeks and 2 days previously, his father had deposited him at the Longborough School for Boys. Keep a dead thing alive for more than a minute, and something else has to die. His gift had once again brought him great distress in place of great joy. He vowed to keep the strange details of his strange life secret from the world forever. The boy became the pie maker, and the pie maker deceived with ease. Until Chuck.
This is strange.
Charlotte Charles had been alive for 28 years, 24 weeks, 3 days, 11 hours, and 51 minutes before she was murdered.
Is this strange?
This is not strange, unusual, maybe eccentric. Leave someone in a dummy mask and an orange jumpsuit. Chuck found the clue.
I found the clue.
Clue's a board game.
There's nothing illegal about any of that?
Why would Dandelion replace...
His dreams, and all the pure joy she had brought into his life.
Sayonara!
This was the end, all over again.
Goodbye.
This human cargo to Smaker had never been so happy to see.
The front? You did this?
You can drive now, too, if you want, but I kind of love driving.
Really? I didn't know that about you.
At this very moment, young Ned was 9 years, 34 weeks, 12 hours, and 54 minutes old. He was a gifted boy, not academically nor athletically. He was gifted in a way no other boy was gifted. Young Ned could touch dead things and bring them back to life. But if he touched a dead thing twice, it died again, forever. Blame? But to remain blameless, he had to understand. More than a minute. Until...
I like the weather. You really shouldn't do that.
Chuck wasn't the only story.
And I think they're cutting off my circulation. That was mean. That was a very mean thing you did.
Really? Because future me is here now, and he...
Analyzing those rationalizations to the man. As the pie maker found himself back at the scene of his crime, Chuck found herself back where her second life began. Darling Mermaid Darling's emotional relapse was this. They were ready at last to start their long-awaited comeback tour. even after she was dead and gone. Olive Snook considered the consequences of driving several towns away to make a delivery to an address that was not part of the regular.
It's all locked up.
What?
The broken espresso machine, sitting there being pretty with no one to touch it, had been touched, filled with
Scandal.
the gift of life Chuck had been given was indeed the gift that kept giving. The meadow and under the same orange sky, someone came to Cur Curs on a wing and a prayer, with a gilded cage.
Lefty Lem is officially.
Friend, I'm not your only friend, but I'm a little glowing friend. But really, I'm not actually your friend, but I am. The canary in the outlet by the light switch who watches over you. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Not to put too fine a point on it, say only.
You can always find a way to work around them.
Oh, Olive, Chuck?
If one thing scared the pie maker, it was that the secret of Charlotte Chuck
Spooky.
Charles would get out.
We don't usually decorate for Halloween this much. Or at all.
Yeah, I'll have him down in a jiffy. Chuck just had her head up her.
No, it's okay. Leave him up. Probably good for business. Thanks, Chuck. I know the decorations were a lot of work.
Years went by, paint-chipped grass grew. Young Ned never forgot, and young Ned grew too. So he came back to haunt the house where good times were had, till the times they'd marched on.
Mrs. Jacobs.
Thank you. I've made peace with Johnny's. You stayed single, and that all the rest of them are drunks. It made it a little easier.
How do you know I'm still single?
Well, you wouldn't need all that bait if your belly were full of fish, dear.
But not the murder.
Or the ghost.
I think John Joseph's come back, and he's
Brought his heart back to life.
Is that clock right? It's 2 o'clock in the a.m.
I'll get my gun.
What young Ned didn't know was at that very moment, the girl he called Chuck was wearing hope on hers. They were together, even if they were far apart. So the pie maker sought to use Emerson Cod as a sounding board for that reality, which recently included.
Do you have some kind of deadly food allergy to?
Wait. We're going undercover. And by undercover, I mean...
More unique than others.
You're the only one for me.
I know you feel that now, but there are things you want. There's things we both want.
So everyone wants stuff. We wake up every day with a list of wishes a mile long, and maybe we spend our lives trying to make those wishes come true, but just because we want them doesn't mean we need them to be happy.
What do you need to be happy?
You.
Who at this very moment was planting flowers to make Chuck feel as safe and warm and loved as he once did.
Sue B.
Booby?
I'm referring to the honey.
The store-bought kind. The kind I will purchase by the gallon for you.
Baked goods she delivered contained homeopathy alone. She was killed. Exactly what caused that explosion?
Do you really think people can change their lives by smelling the right smell?
The pie maker feared Chuck and Olive bonding was like a chemical accelerant bonding with an oxidizing agent. An explosion. Emerson and Ned pursued, pinning down the pop-up author.
Well, in that case, I sure hope they like white meat.
Oh, thanks.
Where are we exactly?
Pauline Linnaeus getting all the attention.
Like the vesper. What are you doing? Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word, sweet the rain's new fall.
Another case closed. Emerson temporarily set aside his knitting needles to pursue a new hobby. One that magnified his happiness Meanwhile, Oscar Verbinius embraced an obsession of his own.
What today is?
Thank you. Today is my day.
Brooke had told the pie maker she was happy for his happiness with the girl named.
Hey, have you guys heard? The most amazing new candy store is opening up across the street. It's amazing.
Who are you?
I'm just some guy who's telling everybody about it because it's so amazing. Seriously, everybody, you gotta check this out.
Do you work for the candy store?
No, I'm just some guy.
Some guy?
Yeah, some guy who sure loves candy. Be sure to tell everyone you know. See ya.
26 years, 9 weeks, 2 hours, and 10 minutes old, was found strangled to death in his friend's apartment. His girlfriend, Tina Arangino.
If you loved me,
Yes?
and we could never, ever, ever touch, wouldn't you eventually get over it and move on, letting someone else have the slightest hope that you might move on to them?
If I loved you,
Yeah.
then I would love you in any way I could. And if we could not touch, then I would draw strength from your beauty. And if I went blind, then I would fill my soul with the sound of your voice and the contents of your thoughts until the last spark of my love for you lit the shabby darkness of my dying mind.
Forget it. If I apologized, you mean you pretended to be somebody who's not so you could lure us into your sugar shack.
Oh, actually, I think it's...
That inspection was no accident. We are being attacked.
Can you say that?
Actually, yes. Not the candy franchise part, but...
I won't let you bully me into a fight, Dilly. That's not how I settle things.
Then you'll lose. Thanks for the pie.
What is that with that witch?
What was up with that witch was this. Delane.
Just saying.
No.
Grease and oils which leave stains. So if it's not cleaned properly...
The facts were these. After Olive was freed from Dilly Balsam's trunk,
Stinks in there.
We'll find out.
Dead girl walking.
Walking right toward me.
Are you okay? Oh,
Sure, I mean, I am now.
Ned.
welcome home.
safely home and cleared of having committed any crime, the pie maker enjoyed a celebratory piece of pie and went up to bed. Sometimes a crime of passion is not realizing the passion in time, while other times the crime is not seeing the world as it is. Stop squawking, you twit! The pie maker considered the places to find Chuck.
Chuck!
The places she'd roam. The places she called home.
On the subject of Charlotte's ghost, if you sense her presence...
To surviving the chip.
Before I head out, I want you to take a mental picture of me, your friend Olive, who's...
Been looking.
Been hiding.
How much does Olive know?
Maker. Someone who might believe her secrets if she told them. Someone else who belonged underground.
I got your invitation.
Come on!
Play with the ball on a stick called the shifter.
No.
I saw it for 1 minute.
I'm not gonna bring him back just so you can watch me kill him again. I can't do that to you. I won't.
Chuck wished things were different. She wished she knew her father. She wished she knew her mother. She wished the pie maker could comfort her by holding her close. Not all those wishes were meant to be, but one of them was.